but they are en route to you.
Okay.
Hello, can I just ask something? Can you confirm that the officers that are coming down, are they on their oath?
Are they near route?
Are they what, sorry?
Are they near
Are they
route?
on their oath? Are they acting today under their oath
Are they under
as
their,
constables?
Are they acting under their oath? Are they near route?
Are they what, sorry?
Are they near
Are they
route?
on their oath? Are they acting today under their oath as constables?
Officer. Officer.
Hello?
Yeah, we just want to confirm if the officers that are coming are under oath and they are acting under their oath.
They are police officers that are coming to do their job, okay?
Yeah,
So
we just like to know that if those police officers that are coming, are they under their oath and are they acting as constables today? Because we require constables here. We need people that are looking after the people. We don't need officers that are working for the corporation that are not going to be helping people, because either way, yeah, we need people that are going to be responsible, please. We want people that are going to be honest and that are under their oath of office.
These are response officers, okay? So they are coming to do their duty. They are coming to do their job, all right? They're response officers. They will be with you shortly.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Could I have their names, please? Just so that we know which ones are coming.
Yeah, I can give you their collar numbers.
Yep.
She won't give us the name.
I'll give you their collar numbers. That's how they identify themselves.
That's how they identify themselves as the officer, yeah.
Okay.
So long as they show their warrant badges, we can have them then.
It's T for Papa 1315.
T1315.
Yeah, and T1705.
T1705.
No, T for Papa 1705.
1700. Sorry, I got it wrong.
1705, and what was it?
1705.
Yes, they are the ones that are en route to you now, okay?
Okay, T1705.
T for Papa.
Oh, P. Oh, okay.
T for Papa 1315 and 1705.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, right. I'm not recording that. I'm recording it on the WhatsApp. Right. Just see if I can get Anthony again. Anthony's still not online. He's been sent messages. I'll just try him on WhatsApp. Let's see if I can find him on there. So the police are coming down now. Let me just see if I can call Anthony. If he's on his Telegram. It's a new Zoom link as well, isn't it?
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just putting a new Zoom link. So I should just send him the Zoom link.
Oh yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just sending it to Anthony if I can get it to him.
Yeah. 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 Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello, Andy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah, Margaret. So I'm just sending to Anthony.
Oh, okay.
But my computer's, I don't know what they did to my computer, but I took a screenshot, put it all in a haste to show what they did. They shut my feed down.
Yeah, yeah. That's because
now this isn't working. None of it's working. What the fuck? Not even let me email out now. There we go. We got it. All right. So I'll send him an email. I'll just send him on Facebook now as well. We're just waiting now for the police to come down, yeah?
Sorry, what did you say?
We're just now waiting for the police to come down. So I'm just sending off these messages at the moment. We're live on Facebook again. Hopefully, if anybody's listening out on Facebook land, it's 27 Gibbs Acres Court in Northampton. if we can get people down there as soon as possible, please, just to stand peaceful. All we want is the names and addresses of every man, woman, child that's there. Yeah, anybody that's pursuing this this theft of property with pieces of paper, fraudulent pieces of paper at that, claiming to be warrants when they're not. It does not have an embossed seal. It has no seal from the court, and it has no wet ink signature to authenticate who's even made this alleged warrant to exist. So please, if anybody's down there, I'm just trying to write that while I'm doing this. Finding Anthony. I should have his phone number. Message. Right. Oh shit. What have I done? What have I done? Let me call him on this as well. Yeah, we got him. Anthony.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. I've sent you an email. Margaret's house is being taken right now as we speak.
I just spoke to her.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay.
I can't believe it. I just had a quick chat with her.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. She said she'll stand her ground, let them arrest her, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the police are on the way down now. The police are on the way down now. The police are on the way down now, so.
Yeah, but you know, the police already told her they're doing their job. You understand? I was just having my lunch break. This has come.
Yeah.
Do I have time to grab a sandwich?
Yeah, grab a sandwich. Come and just. I'll send you the link on the email.
On Zoom, because I don't know how much we can see on this Zoom, but we'll talk whether she's online or not. Because I just uploaded and blasted the fake warrant everywhere.
Yeah.
The N49 one. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I ain't had a chance like that. But like I say, okay. I've sent you the link. I've sent you in Telegram, into Facebook, and I've also sent it you an email. The first link, they shut me down. We're live now at the moment. Like I'm going live, I'm streaming it live again at the moment.
They shut you down.
They shut me down, yeah.
Oh, so
amazing, yeah.
Okay, let me just grab a quick sandwich because I've been having a long day.
Okay.
I'll come back, yeah.
All right. See you on. I'll see you on Zoom. Take care, mate.
I'll get this sandwich and eat at the desk here. We can eat while I.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. All right, buddy.
All right.
See you in a bit. Ciao, ciao. Right.
Andy, just 1 second. I just want to get my hand luggage to put my important document. The police are here. You see them going to meet the police and talk to the police.
Yeah, the police numbers. Did you write them down? I got P175, P1705, and there was another P. I think that's the first one. I got the second one. There's two officers coming apparently.
Yeah. Why did they have to go to the police?
Pardon?
Why they went to go and meet the police far away?
I didn't hear you really.
I said, can you see them with the police, talking to the police from far?
Oh, the police here now, are they? Yeah. Turn the camera around.
Yeah.
Turn the camera around so we can have a look.
I did turn it before. I don't know why it's not working. I did turn it.
There you go. That's it. Just turn then. That's it. That's it. Turned. They've just turned it back again.
Oh, is it done?
That's it. That's it. There you go. There you go. So the police are here now, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we see what? So the police are over there. Okay. So it's a black car, is it?
Yeah, like a black. Oh, I can't really see it.
Yeah.
I can't really see it. Another police vehicle is here too.
Yeah, there's two policemen there. Then it's okay. You should get to speak to the policeman when he comes.
Yeah.
The golden rule is, are they on their oath today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then get them to confirm under the penalty of perjury, yeah,
Yeah.
that warrant is authentic and valid. And
Okay.
I mean, bear in mind, yeah, that the court case isn't even till November.
Yeah.
The lady officer that you gave that document to never brought you that back. So you can't even show that now.
No.
So they've taken away evidence that you required. So that's okay. Now, the police that came down last time, obviously, they told them that they didn't have an authentic document because they told them to leave, but they didn't arrest them. Therefore, they tried to enforce an unlawful and illegal counterfeit last time, but the police did nothing. So that's another claim that should be reported, and I am actually reporting that now because we witnessed last time live that Margaret gave her the letter from the court, and the lady officer never returned that document and never even came back in the house. And the next thing, the bailiffs left. Now, instead of doing their duty, which was to arrest those people that claimed and alleged to be bailiffs, well, they didn't even allege to be bailiffs to you, did they? They didn't even identify themselves in any way, shape or form. They was in plain clothes and they was in an unidentified van.
Yeah.
And the police did absolutely zero to aid the public, which is what they are there and paid to do.
Yeah.
And instead, they're aiding and assisting corporate thugs.
Exactly. I said, if I show me, if they have a proof of debt, we won't be doing all this, isn't it? We won't come to this extent. They have no proof of debt. They have no warrant. They have no nothing.
So what the police
steal the property by force.
Yeah, what the police has done then is totally ignored the fact that it's an unlawful warrant and gone down the route saying that you had a COVID exemption and that you were self-isolating, and therefore you're to vacate the building, knowing full well, because they've now told them when that was run out, so now they've come back again. But again, they've still come back with a counterfeit warrant. Because we know it's a counterfeit warrant, and it's not for us to prove that it's a counterfeit warrant. It's for them to prove that it's a genuine and authentic warrant. Stop spinning it back on us. I'm not the one, we're not the ones that's making the claim that it is a warrant. They are the ones that's making the claim that it is a warrant, and therefore they carry the burden of proof. And to prove that it's a genuine and authentic warrant, as Anthony's freedom of information proved, it requires an embossed seal and a wetting signature.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't have those, then it is not an authentic and valid warrant.
No.
That's simple, you know. But let's just keep it simple, keep it calm, Margaret. That's all we need to do. Keep it simple, keep it calm, and put whoever it is, when they've identified themselves, under their oath, knowing damn well, the Nolan principles of integrity and selflessness, meaning they're not to be working for these corporations. They're there selfless just to do their duty and to hold him under his duty, under the penalty of perjury, to confirm that what they have made, what the claims that they have made, stating that that is a warrant, to make them prove their claim, because they've made the claim that it's a warrant. We haven't. They've made the claim. We deny that it's a warrant because we can do. Now they have to prove the fact that it is, because they've made that claim. So stick to that one point, that simple point, because that's all you don't need to go anywhere else, because this is pure warrant terror, because it's a piece of paper without zero authenticity, and they confuse the police or confuse everybody. Either that, I'm giving the police the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving the police the benefit of the doubt, because otherwise they are 100% complicit in this warrant terror with pieces of paper. Paper terrorism with a piece of paper. Anybody could write these pieces of paper out. You can go onto the website itself and print down a warrant, you know, an M42, as has been told.
I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
I'm okay, not too bad. Well, they are stealing my property.
Okay, at this moment in time, you're being arrested for burglary, section 9(1)(b), okay?
Okay.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You'll mention when questioned something which will later line in court. Anything you do say may be given an evidence. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay.
So why are you arresting me?
Yeah,
Like
that's
a-
fine.
Just
Are
told
you under oath?
Listen.
Are you under oath?
Margaret, listen to me.
So you are here to force me. You are here to force me. You are here. You break.
You bastards, man. You're witnessing right now. Can anyone get down there? But it's great because they've arrested now.
Right, we'll sort that out. They're going to pay for it. Bring your arms behind you. Bring your arms behind you. Arms behind your back.
Let me take my phone.
Arms behind your back. As I said, you're being
Can I
arrested
have my phone?
on suspicion of burglary. You can take it with you.
Can I take my phone?
Yes, you can take that with you. Right? You're being arrested for section 9(1)(b).
I'm in my house. Why am I arrested?
Okay.
Why am I arrested? I haven't started.
Margaret, this is it. Reason for your arrest. This is yours, eh?
Who's making the claim? Who's making the claim that she's a burglary? Who's made the claim?
What else do you need?
That's the letter. Yes.
Hello, mate. Gotta go. Sorry.
Who's made the claim? Officer, who has made the claim?
He has no legal right to be here.
I have every right to be here. You have to now identify yourself. Are you under your oath? Don't know, I think they've turned it off. I can't hear anything anyway, so they've turned it off. They've switched the microphone off anyway. The microphone's definitely not working. So you can still hear me, can't you, officer? Officer, you better identify yourself. We've got your numbers. You better have them same numbers. Which number are you? P1705? We have the numbers on record anyway because it's I didn't catch it. I was doing something at the time. They've arrested Margaret so that they can vacate. She's dropped out now. They've just arrested Margaret because that's exactly all that they could do. They've arrested her so that they can get her out of the house so that they can go and just do what they want in that house. Nothing's been said. They didn't come there to ask. Didn't ask. You know, she called the police. Yet the police just come. Didn't speak. Just arrested. You've been arrested for burglary. How can you burgle your own house? It wouldn't have made a difference for Anthony Binney, would it? But, you know, they just said, we've got no rights to be here. You know. So there you go, guys. This is showing you that the police are 100% working with these. And it's, what do you do next then, guys? You know, what do you do now? You know, this is total belligerent acts of terrorism you witnessed here today. 999 was called. The police came out and arrested the lady who was stating that her house was being stolen. So the police came down, aided the police, came down and aided the theft, aided the robbers, and arrested the victim that was having her house robbed and stole the house off her. And tell her that she's a burglar of her own house. What more can you do to this? What more can you do to this? Now, as we've all noted, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, there's somebody who've got to have made the claim that she's a burglar. So who, which I tried to get from him, who's made the claim? Who's made the claim? Who's made the claim that there's a warrant? Who is it that's making the claim that there's a warrant? Who is it that's making the claim that Margaret's a burglar of her own home? Section 24 of the Criminal and Justice Act 2015, those coppers are fucked. Those coppers, I mean, you've got their numbers now, guys. Everybody's got their numbers. So this is pure and simply because the lady was on her own. Pure and simply because the lady was on her own, there was no one there for her. You know, and that's what they can do. And look at how many of them they took. They even had to send in the boys in blue to come down to aid and assist criminals. 100%. Verified. The court case isn't until November, guys. Unbelievable, yeah. And the last, let me just, for and on the record, let me just state, because this is what wasn't done. Those last time that they came down, they broke into a house again, no notification of coming. They just came down and they just broke into a house, drilled straight into a lock. So that's when she contacted me. They broke into a house, Margaret went upstairs. The police, when the police eventually turned out, yeah, which they didn't turn out for what we called, here's Anthony now. So they didn't come out for what we called, or what Margaret called, or Anthony called. They came out for somebody else, but wouldn't identify who the other one was. Anthony? So, that's to start video. Your video and your microphone's not working. This isn't over, by the way, guys. This is only the beginning. What Margaret's been going through, and what with these videos that we've been doing, this, you know, all intents and purposes, Margaret wants a medal for this. Margaret deserves a medal for this, for doing what she's doing, because she has shown to the world, yeah, whether the world's watching or not is a different matter. And I know that Facebook itself and whoever it was that shut my live feed down previously, you know, I know what they're doing. You know, you can see what they're doing. If they weren't so scared, if they were so proud of what they're doing, yeah, then why did they shut me down and say I'm not worthy to be there, yeah? If you can't do things open in the public, then don't be a public member. Don't be swearing on a public oath, Mr. Policeman, because the public oath binds you under the Nolan principles. Yeah, to be honest, and selflessness. Where's the selflessness, Mr. Policeman? Where's your selflessness? Where was you there that sworn an oath, yeah, to protect? Yeah, I would just love to know that. Yeah. So going back to what happened last time, when those plainclothes people that wouldn't identify themselves, yeah, when those plainclothes police officers, those plainclothes, whatever they were, alleging to be bailiffs, maybe, in an unidentified van with no signs on whatsoever, broke into Margaret's house last time before the police came out. When the police came out, Margaret gave her the court document. The police woman left with the court document and never came back with the court document. So he never gave the evidence back to Margaret. So that's theft under anybody's terms. That's theft. And also those thugs that broke into her house that the police said, you better go. They stole paperwork. Margaret had photocopied her deeds for the property, keeping the originals. They stole those deeds and other things too. It was what was all set up for in the first place. So this is what's happening right now in the world. It's what's happening across the world. And you know, sadly, I'm not over there in the UK to be with these people, to hold these people to account. and to make them to answer. But now they've arrested Margaret, they've got to produce the material evidence to why they've arrested her. Okay, because somebody must have made the claim. Somebody must have made a claim that she's a burglar. Hi there, Anthony. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Andy.
Have you heard? Have you heard from Margaret?
No,
She's been arrested.
fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant. So what I'm saying is they didn't speak, they didn't identify themselves or anything. They just came into the house and arrested her. Just told her she's under arrest for burglary.
It's not an arrest.
know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not an arrest. In 3 years, all these people came to the lady's house, breaking, entering. Last time she said, arrest me if you think I'm obstructing a bailiff.
Yeah.
Nobody has been identified. Nobody.
Mhm.
Pardon me, I'm
Hungry.
cooking a sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was just explaining about last time that they came out, broke into a house, the police came. The police stole the letter from the court that Margaret gave them, and also the thugs that came in alleging to be bailiffs stole the paperwork and stole copies of the deeds to the property, as well, amongst other things too. So just to put it on the record so that people can hear, you know, so that they understand what's going on here.
It's unbelievable. You know, she's off sick. She got a COVID certificate that she's off isolating from the NHS. Yeah.
It ran out on the 18th, I think.
No. Let's have a look. She
I think
gave
it ran out on the 18th. I think
she
that's
gave
what
me a
said.
copy. Is that what she said?
I think that's what, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. So obviously I'm thinking like that's what the police had done, like said, come out until the COVID thing's off. I don't know. No one knows what they did, do you? You know, end of the day, yeah, they've made the claim and they're trying to make out that we have to prove that their claim isn't right. No, who makes the claim carries the burden of proof. They've got to prove that it's an authentic warrant. And they're not making that claim under the penalty of perjury. They don't have to, because the police are just going in there and forcing it. So they've arrested her anyway. I heard them.
What they're gonna do?
I know they'll release her as soon as the office, as soon as they've got her.
Yeah. Well, as soon as they lock her out the house.
Yeah.
And take illegal possession, you know.
Yeah.
Then they won't charge her because the arrest can't, the prosecution can't stand up.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, the copper just said that I've got I'm no right to be there. He wouldn't answer to me. And he just turned it off, turned the live stream off.
Yeah.
Arrested. I heard him putting her hands up her back. So he handcuffed her. He handcuffed her to take her out of the property.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You know, they're only making it worse.
Absolutely.
Because now it goes in the criminal court. They can't produce the warrant. They can't produce a claim. They can't produce proof of debt. They can't produce the ID of the, you know, scores of people who visited our house over the last 3 years.
Oh, we've got it from the horse's mouth that there's never been an information. Well, there's never been a filing fee paid for any of them to be anything. So, you know, got that in black and white. You know, so you know, what more do you want? Okay. Let me just. Oh.
14 plus 8, that's 20.
You know what today is as well?
It's
Is it
22.
World Peace Day or something like that?
14 plus, she got her thing on the 8th of September. Her COVID thing.
Was it on the
So
8th
that makes
September?
it 22nd if it's 14 days.
So it is then. She probably thought it was run out on the 18th. So they've got into a person, they've got into a lady's house who was self-isolating due to COVID, and they've broken in.
She's not self-isolating. She has an NHS certificate.
Yeah, yeah. The NHS certificate was to self-isolate, wasn't it? For 14 days.
Yeah, but
Self-isolate in a house that she was self-isolating, that the policeman's just accused her of burglaring. How can you burgle a house that you've been self-isolating? You've got a certificate from the NHS to self-isolating for 14 days and it doesn't run out until the 22nd, tomorrow. Yeah, they've all broken into a house that's been with a lady that's from the COVID. Yeah, yeah, amazing. So I was just about
let's bring up the warrant. Where is it? The alleged warrant. Let me flip it.
Let me just share this first for you so you can see. So this is Patras Amc Limited versus Miss Margaret Bella. Yeah. No caseman payments have been made for this case. Yeah. So there's that direct from the court themselves. And let me just allow you to share the screen. You can share the screen now, Anthony.
I'm trying to rotate this document. Rotate. Can't find the rotate button. Tools, no. View, there we go.
You're not showing it yet, mate.
No, I know.
Yeah, Frank says, so all those people turning up today need to self-isolate or it's bullshit covered. Or it's all
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she was meant to be in the court on the 10th. She was meant to be on the court on the 10th, yeah. And obviously she was still damaged from the last time that the thugs violently dragged her out of her property before. The belligerent terrorists violently dragged her out before, so she's got a possible fracture. But she also got from that's from the doctor. So she got a sick note from the doctor, but she also got from the NHS because she had the suspicions of COVID. So she was given the 14-day self-isolation from the NHS. So she couldn't go to the court. And they said that they're not interested, you can come out for half an hour. But then they changed it and they changed the date till November something. And that was what the policewoman decided to run off with. That was what the policewoman ran off with. So she's actually, if that happened on the 8th, then it's to the 22nd. 14 days is to the 22nd. So they left the first time, and this time they didn't even ask. They just broke into the house again, where there was a lady that's self-isolating for 14 days, according to the NHS, is what they've given her a certificate to do. And the police now have twice entered that building, along with thugs, yeah, claiming to be bailiffs. Only the second time, which is today, they just came in, didn't speak to her, just arrested her and took her from her property so that the bailiff, these alleged bailiffs, could steal her property to aid and assist and aid and abet the belligerent terrorists that were already acting.
But this case is so amazing because there is no one single point on which it could stand up. Let's have a quick look at this document. How do I share?
Click the bottom center.
Share screen. There we go. This is the document they got last time as a warrant, which is not a warrant at all. It's not a court document. Northampton County Court, you know, it's just a total fake. Now she reported this to the police, Andy.
Yeah.
And the police is asking her, where did she get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the police said it's the job of the council to prosecute it. So why are they coming out?
Mm-hmm.
And 2 people came this morning, didn't they? Unidentified again. So here they wrote, I don't know who wrote on it. Yeah. Lightfoot solicitors, it says on there. It says appointment at 12 p.m. Did you see this, Andy?
Yeah.
Appointment at 12 p.m. Oh, that's 12 noon. Okay, I'm thinking 12 in the night. 22nd of the something 19. It says EX96. They can't have an EX96 because she was not evicted in that date. An EX96 is what you do when you execute a warrant that transfers ownership to the claimant and liability. But everything on this has to be fraudulent because it's not a court document at all.
Yeah. Let
me see if I can blow this up a little bigger. Okay. So it says here withdrawn, rebook, and they're telling message to each other. User N54A. Yeah.
12 p.m. is midnight, by the way.
Yeah, that's
12,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I thought 12 noon.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. So it didn't clock because it was not realistic. So they got a EX96 on the 22nd of November at midnight.
Yeah. Amazing.
Unbelievable, Andy, but we got them on every damn level. All we need is the public to get behind this and make a change. Because they're going to come for everybody's house like this. Everybody. Whatever you're leaving for your children, you know, don't be so sure.
Absolutely, mate.
So they say use N54. Oh my God.
What's an N54? N54A?
That's another warrant thing or application form or something, but that's admitting this is not valid. You understand? Because this is an N49. And here they have warrant number. They have 2 numbers. One here, one written by hand.
Yeah.
I mean, this, and here they have a fee, £121. Where is the receipt for this fee? That you saw the case management, it says no fee's been paid.
Right, yeah.
So the taxman is in on it with them.
Yeah.
Because we've reported many cases to the taxman. These fees are not paid and they've been charged to people and claim VAT and land registry fees not being paid, and they don't care.
I'm gonna after when this is done, just bear this in mind, guys. Yeah, you're seeing it there, right there. It says fee £121. Okay, So you've also seen in the casement file, that first picture I showed, where it said no fees, no fees in the case man. So no fees in the case. Case man is case management file. This is the case, the management file that's all about this case. This warrant would be in this case if there was any case, but there is no case because there's no caseman file. There's no fees been paid. Yet they're claiming them. So where's the tax man involved in this? Because this is all going in private. This is again,
Yeah.
all in the private, guys. This is.
And when they, if and when they repossess and steal these properties illegally, and from all the cases I've invested, Andy, they've never paid stamp duty or land registry fees on the transfer. And they never file a return on their tax return for the sale of the repossessed properties.
Yeah.
And the taxman, no, he don't care.
No. Probably what you're trying to, do you reckon it could be something to do with a funny handshake and because he goes on every Thursday to a certain lodge at the same place or something? Do you reckon that could have something to do with it? Yeah.
So they're doing her for burglary.
They arrested her for burglary, yeah.
So she was, someone executed a warrant then. If it goes to criminal trial, so she is gonna call all these people. We have it on record asking the police if there was on their oath and to identify, and they wouldn't. They just arrested her. So you see half of this document on the left here. It's talking about goods, yeah, and rent. So what they do, they copy this off another document and pasted it, another document and paste them together, and it's not a court document at all.
And there was no fee. There was no fee paid to create it.
I'm telling you. View. The one of them is upside down, so I'm going to rotate this round. But Margaret's put up a phenomenal fight. You know, a woman, she really took them on. And she's prepared to be arrested. That's the only way. You got to be prepared to be arrested with these people.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground. God bless her, mate.
I mean, what they're going to charge her with? Burglary, yeah?
We know what they're going to do, Anthony. Should we have a bet? Should we have a bet? They're going to take her to the tape and they're going to release her with no charge. She'll be released with no charge.
Yeah.
All they've done is taken her out of the way. So they've used the arrest as the excuse to take her out.
Yeah. So she's not basically they're going to lock her in a box at the police station and let the people board up the house, so she, will be denied access to her property, and her belongings.
And now you see why this is a war crime, by the way. Now you can see this is a war because we are at war. You don't have a government, there's corporations, and they're claiming everything. And like I say, if we don't stick up for each other, guys,
there's the war, and in yellow, the warrant.
Yeah.
There it is. But if we look at the second page of their document, it says here, let me shrink it back. I'm bearing in mind some people are watching it on phones and all that. So I read some of it, but it says here, it was adjudged that the claimant is entitled to possession of this property, the lady's home, and it was ordered that they should give possession of the land by December 2018, unless the arrears amounting to blank. Yeah? You understand?
Yeah. So if she didn't, unless the rent arrears of nothing and the cost of this action is amounting to nothing were paid to the court by no date.
by blank.
by no date. So she's done exactly that.
It's a blank
Because
possession.
She couldn't
But
do
I tell
anything
you-
but do that. So
I
in
tell
other
you
words,
what,
unless she
the
does
EFS
nothing, yeah, that amounted from nothing, that cost nothing, and done it by into a court by nothing, is nothing. So nothing is what she could do. And keep reading. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so all these blanks for rent and men's profits of blank and cost of blank. Well, we agree with the cost because the case management records say that no fees been paid.
Yeah.
So that's 0. So, and the judgment of blank. So basically they didn't bother with the second page, yeah?
Yeah.
They fill out the first page with some gobbledygook, and the fake document says Crown copyright at the bottom.
Wow.
Copyright, the fake document. I mean, these people, I mean, what do you call this crime, Andy? Copyright on a fake document.
Well, for a start, I mean, this is treason. This is treason. This is war crimes. This is it's what it is. What it. I mean, what else can you call it?
And let's read this little bit.
Terrorism.
Let's read this little bit. The bailiff should give a printed and numbered receipt from his official receipt book for every payment made. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with the court fees. You must get a statutory receipt. And it says here, you should not accept any other form of receipt.
Mhm.
It's the same with the court fees, that they can't produce nothing. You know, this fake, they're just making this up, capital people or people.
Yeah.
So it, you know, it doesn't matter. This case number here, Andy, it just came into existence the other day. They had another case number and another case number. No, who made this application? They come, you know, and they're doing it to everybody. It's a huge problem. So the police have this and they didn't arrest anyone, Andy, but they come and arrest Margaret.
Yeah.
Huh?
Who was self-isolating in her own house, and they arrested her for burglaring when she was self-isolating in her own house.
Yeah, but they have the fake warrant and they said, where did you get it? And they have not done anything about it.
Yeah.
So how can they come and arrest her? So they're gonna arrest her for on this warrant. Oh, I don't know how many. You understand? And whose signature is this? You can't sign a document without putting your name. Yeah.
Mhm.
So nobody has been identified out of the dozens and dozens of people. And they keep saying an EX96 is filed. Where is it? Nobody's
It's
seen
filed.
it. You know? You can't have an EX96 on a fake warrant. By the way, she complained to the SRA, Paul Phillip, the chief executive there, Paul Phillip, and gave him this warrant. And he said he found no wrongdoing.
Wow.
He found in favor of the Lightfoot solicitor.
Wow.
Yeah, on this document we're looking at here. So Paul Phillip of the SRA, you know, Nick Adderley from the Northampton, the chief constable from the Northampton police.
Yep.
George Candler, the Northampton chief executive. They're all fully aware of everything. So they are basically a violent gang. The people who come to the house and all that, they're the small fish.
Yep. That's what I mean.
Yep.
They're all in it together. So
They're
like
following orders.
LLP, you know, whoever the bailiffs were, if they were bailiffs, yeah, the courts, because they're not doing anything. The police.
They are not bailiffs, and
I know they're
no
not.
bailiff proper licensed and authorized bailiff will come and do this job because they know what it is. Yeah. So they get these people that basically like nightclub bouncers. Some of them might be enforcement agents who have no authority to do evictions, unless it's a squatter. So you see the police come as a part of the thugs, you know. But Margaret is well schooled. If they, shall we pull up my? Let me pull up my video. I think we've gone through this warrant now. Everybody knows what is what. So stop share. Let's go to the video when I was in the police cell. See if we can share it.
When you click share, yeah. When you do click share, yeah, click the sound as well. So when you just share, and that shares that.
Yeah. That's a little glitch.
Yeah, the little share. It says share computer sound at the bottom right hand corner before you click share of it. While you're doing that, let me just show the fact that there was no just to show again. No caseman payments have been made for this case.
End of
Story. So no caseman payments. So no filing fees or anything. There's nothing in that case. Okay. Have you got? Do you know what Northampton's police station phone number is?
I think they're all cutting their phone numbers now. You have to dial 101.
No, I can't do 101 from here. Can't do 999 either.
There's a huge problem with the police now. They're turning into proper, you know. My nephew was arrested and I tried to call the custody suite and they don't have a number anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't call them under any circumstances. There's no facility to phone. A message comes and says, you're not able to phone the custody suite anymore, but whoever is in there is safe and well. Yeah, it's an automated message. Okay, so
Listen to you is being recorded. I'm PC Complex.
so where does it say share sound now?
Bottom right hand corner, bottom left hand corner. When you click share, it shows you the screen. Bottom left hand corner.
Okay, because it's so I go back to Zoom. Okay, so we're gonna see what Margaret's gonna go through.
Medical courts, councils, public servants are all terrorists now, in my informed opinion, of course. Well, yeah, you can't say all. You can't say all, Yvonne, because they might all be stupid, you know. But they might not all be terrorists because they may not have all done terrorist activities. But they are basically, in a nutshell.
Well, they're
You're
following
entitled to your
orders
opinion.
like
Everybody has one, yeah. And I would tend to agree that your opinion is more realistic than to say that they're not.
yeah.
Say again. Just waiting for you to share the screen now. Did you have it?
Yeah. Okay, so what? Let me come back into Zoom. Share screen. There we go. Oh, share sound. Gosh.
Share computer sound. Just when you're sharing it.
Okay, so if we share, so this is the same thing. I had an N49 fake warrant, same, like everything the same, similar. So this is the interview after they kidnapped me and took me to the police station. So this police officer is called Benjamin Kovler, and I think this one is called Sergeant Hutt. Now, Sergeant Hutt is a very nice man. He never wanted to be part of this, yeah. But he kind of said he's got to do what he's got to do, but it wasn't. So if we just see, where is it now?
What's the music playing?
Is it my music? I thought all along it's your music.
No, it's yours.
Okay, let me shut you off.
Which one do you reckon you should phone then? I've got some numbers here. Do you reckon you should phone anti-terrorism hotline?
Look,
War crimes is terrorism, isn't it?
I know. They're not gonna do nothing. We've done all everything is there. Everything is documented to the max. Yeah. The police are fully aware. She filed an online crime report.
Yep.
I'm trying to shut off. There we go. So we get back to Zoom. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Am I sharing the wrong screen?
No, you're sharing it.
Huh?
No, it looks like it's right. Yeah, just needs to play. Just needs to press play.
This one. So I want to go to the bit where they come to talk about the court order, because it was for trespass and burglary and same thing, theft of whatever, the metal shutters. So the thing is, I told them I wanted the video, yeah, and they were trying to force me to have their duty solicitor, the independent duty solicitor. So I said to them, how can he be independent if you're the one choosing him? So this is what took place. Let's have a quick look.
This interview is being recorded. I'm PC Kovler, attached to Barnet Police Station. The other officer present is
Gary Hollinshead.
He's also attached to Barnet Police Station. We're in interview room 5 at Colindale Police Station, and I am interviewing. Can you state your full name for me, please?
Do I have to?
You don't have to. If you don't wish to, in that case, I will state it for you. It's Mr. Anthony Badaloo, 3105-1964.
Mr. Anthony Badaloo. My name is anymore.
There is no other person present. The date is the 1st of April 2015, and the time by my watch is 1:35 p.m. This interview is being recorded and it may be given in evidence if your case is brought to trial. At the conclusion of the interview, I'll explain what happens to the discs. I must remind you that you do have the right to a free and independent legal advice. You can speak to a solicitor in private any time, day or night, and the legal advice is free. You can speak to a solicitor in person. If you do not want a solicitor in
The legal advice is, so half the interview is about trying to get me to get a solicitor, yeah? Because they can't do their crime without the solicitors, trust me.
person, you can speak to one on the telephone. If you do want legal advice or you want a solicitor present, the interview can be delayed unless certain exceptions apply, which they don't. Do you want to speak to a solicitor or do you want a solicitor present at this interview?
I don't understand this matter and I don't consent to anything.
I don't understand, I don't consent. They don't, you know, that's the proper, those days didn't even know what I know now, but I was prepared to challenge them any way I can because I know they got no God-given right for what they were doing.
Okay, sir. As explained already, this is not about consent. This is a very simple question. Would you like a solicitor, free and independent legal?
So it's not about consent, yeah? Andy, it's not about consent. So it's not about, we're not police by consent. This is proper hardcore criminal gangsters using the public facilities, yeah? It's not about consent. Could you get it any better than that?
Advisor here
I don't
in the interview.
understand. I don't understand what's going on.
So by saying you don't understand mean you don't stand under them, yeah? Because that their word is when they ask you, do you understand? It's a trick question. But if you say, if you understand, that means you're accepting their authority or whatever it is.
I don't understand.
Okay, so you seem to understand earlier, so I'm going to take that as a no. Is there any reason
So I understood it earlier, according to him, yeah?
you'd like to tell me that you don't want legal advice?
I don't understand all this, what you're saying.
Right, okay. I must remind you that you are still under caution from when you were arrested. So we do this for everybody that's arrested, so please don't take it personally, but we do break down and explain the caution. So the caution has three parts, so you do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something you later on in court, and anything you do say can be given in evidence. So the first part is you do not have to say anything. You have the right not to answer any of my questions. I would ask, just so that I know you've heard the question, and you understood the question, that you just say no comment, or you say if you don't want to answer. That's not you giving an
all this Ben Copper needs to say, a warrant was executed on your property and you violated it. That's all he has to say. But of course he can't say that because that wasn't the case at all.
answer. It's just you letting us know that you've actually heard. That's all that is. If obviously you don't want to answer it, obviously hopefully you will answer. Second part is the important part. This is your chance to give us your side of the story. Now, you're here so that we can talk about the matter, so we can discuss it, and we can.
Did you say story?
Yes, the incident.
Oh.
This, you know, your version of events.
Yeah, the story.
Okay. This is your opportunity.
The story, Andy.
Yep.
I was sharp, wasn't I then? He said story.
To. If you don't tell us something now, and this matter is taken to court, the court may infer that there's a reason for you not telling us now and giving us ample opportunity to investigate, and they may decide not to lend as much weight.
So they never had an opportunity to investigate it before, yeah? This was going on for 2 years. We have crime reports, crime numbers, and they still haven't investigated it, but they got me in the cell somehow.
To that part of your account. And the last part is almost...
When you said they may decide to not lend as much weight.
It's up to the court what they decide or not, and it's up to a magistrate or a juror what they
Could
believe.
they also look at it the other way?
I've never heard of that happening, but they could.
Ah, so never look at the proper evidence.
Now the third part, as I said, is almost the
They're
most...
rushing a bit for me, you know.
As I said, the third part is almost the most obvious. Anything that's said here, as you know, is being recorded both audio and visual through the cameras, and that can obviously, if this is taken to trial, that disc will be taken with it. So anything that's said here is obviously can be given in court.
And
Okay.
also,
Right. If I can finish. Right. We are now going to start the actual bulk of the interview.
yeah, but you're fast forwarding that bit, sir.
No, I'm not. I've explained the caution. You've told me earlier when you were arrested that you understood the caution.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't know.
So I told him earlier, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's why they took my phone, because I was recording, and they cut the phone recording off. They cut piece of it off. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They will go into my phone. He wrote the IMEI number on his glove, yeah, of my phone. When I came out to sell was a big expensive phone at the time. I sell my phone because they had my IMEI number, these criminals.
Understand that.
Right. You've been arrested today for 3 separate offences.
So I was not arrested. I was kidnapped, yeah?
Mhm.
Arrest is a proper, and you follow a proper process of the law.
The first of which is squatting in a residential premises or in a residential building. The second of which is criminal damage to that building. And the third of which is theft. We'll go through each of these as separate things and we'll discuss them separately. So we'll go through first the squatting in the residential premises. I have with me, and I have seen and confirmed with the court documents to state that you have no legal right to be in that premises.
So he's seen and confirmed with the court, yeah?
Mhm.
The only way thing he can see is a warrant executed by the appointed bailiff and possession handed back to whoever with a EX96 document. That is the only thing that is appropriate and relevant here. But let's carry on.
You've been found there.
Who is making the allegation?
I've confirmed this afternoon with Barnet County Court.
No. That's not my question, sir.
Right. The allegation of squatting in a residential property is being made by the police.
Did you hear that, Andy?
By the police.
The police made an allegation that I was squatting. Huh?
A bit like the police making the allegation of Margaret's a theft, just as
Yeah. And he's been unchecked everything in the court, but he hasn't found a warrant. Yeah. This is a police officer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Because you are living, or you stated you were living.
Who made the allegation to the police? The police is
Right.
It's not the police.
Sir.
You know, you're saying the allegation is made by the police. I want to know
Sir,
who
I have
made the allegation.
Sir, I have attended.
I am sitting in a police station here. I got things to do, and you're interviewing me. And all I'm asking you,
Right, sir. As I've explained,
who
this
has
is.
made the allegation?
Sir,
Who made the effing allegation? He can't answer. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm under Nazi terrorism.
Right.
They're doing their own work here. Yeah.
Mhm. You will confess. I'm surprised they haven't got the light and shining it in your face, actually.
It probably was. I can't remember. Yeah. So who made the allegations? He said the police made the allegation. Yeah. He's protecting his warlords. Yeah.
Mhm.
as I've explained, this interview is not the opportunity for you to try to cross-examine police officers.
It's not the opportunity for me to ask questions. Yeah. Like who made the allegation? It's not an opportunity. You got no right to speak. Yeah. Just shut up, listen what we're saying.
And tell
Give
us,
up the prop-
tell us what we want to hear.
Yeah, go to jail. Yeah.
This-
cross-examining.
Sir,
I'm saying,
If you'd let me finish, please.
who has made
This
an allegation
interview,
against
sir,
me?
this interview,
Well, I don't want to participate in it.
right, sir, you don't have to
I
participate.
can't
In
participate
that's
in
fine,
an
sir.
interview
As
when
I've,
you can't tell
as I've
me who's-
explained, sir,
Look,
I will continue the interview and I will ask you questions. If you don't wish to answer them, that is your right.
Look, are you qualified to interview me on
Yes,
the
I am.
basis that you came to my house in December with Christopher Williams, who has run away now, accusing me of being a tenant and not paying my rent for 2 years, and also being squatting in my own property where I have proprietary rights and I'm on the land registry and there's a fraud restriction? Are you qualified, bearing in mind this is with the IPCC now, are you qualified to be talking to me now, sir?
So we had a crime report with the police.
Yeah.
We have an ICC complaint against this man here, Benjamin Kovler. We're the owners at the land registry, yeah? And he can't say who made a report to the police.
Yeah.
This is the circumstances, Andy. Is it frightening?
It's what it is. It is what it is.
And everybody is going through this, but luckily I got mine on the video on the internet. I think nearly 50,000 people have watched it now, and it's not even on the petition, this one. But let's see.
Sir?
Yes, I am, sir, and you're in custody because of this incident. As I've explained, this is
So I'm in custody because of this incident. I'm not in custody because a warrant was valid and lawfully executed. You understand? Not against me alone. My wife and my daughter and my nephew, who were all living in our home.
Mhm.
So that's not the reason why I'm there. The reason I'm there is because I dare to stand up and claim my rights. Yeah, that's the reason I'm there. It's not because someone executed a proper county court bailiff, appointed bailiff, executed a valid warrant.
As
I've
assurance from
explained,
PC
Mr. Bennett.
Dearden, who I have come in here 5 weeks in a row, including yesterday, and he
Sir.
said to me very clearly, Mr. Badaloo, no one is going to come here and arrest you. Here is my mobile. Anything, give it to them.
The night before, Andy, I
Yeah.
was at the police station with the investigating officer, Peter Dearden, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So he said to me, you're safe in your house. No one's gonna touch you. Yeah?
Yeah.
You've got my mobile, he said. Call me anytime, day or night. Yeah?
Yeah.
You've got a blanket. He said, I'm giving you a comfort blanket. That's Sergeant Peter Dearden from Barnet Police. Yeah? On the following morning, the police are at my house to arrest me. I wasn't even in the house, yeah? I was somewhere else. I heard that the police was in the house, and I came down to see what's going on. And then they said I was squatting. So, you know, I mean, when are these guys going to face a Nuremberg-style trial?
And he said that to me 3 weeks in a row.
Sir,
And
I
on
have
the basis that you, Mr. Paul, can I see your name there, sir? Paul, you
He don't want to give his name.
have unlawfully come to my house and accused me of not paying my rent for 2 years, of being a tenant, of squatting in my own property where I'm the proprietor at the land registry with a fraud restriction assisted by the Serious Fraud Office. And
Okay,
now
sir.
you're telling
Sir,
me
if
you're
I can,
independent.
if
No,
I
he
can
don't
now
like that.
put, no, sir, I've never said I'm independent. I'm the
He don't like that. Yeah, he
Uh-uh.
don't like that.
Silence
The
and-
fraud office is investigated. His boss is investigating allegedly. The IPCC is investigating him for coming to harass me in a private car. Yeah. Well, it looks like he was off duty. And the other one who came with him, Christopher Williams, resigned the following day. He resigned. He sent me an email. I don't work for the Metropolitan anymore from 4 o'clock today. Yeah. Can't be found till today.
investigating officer. I'm not independent. I'm the investigating officer. That is a very different matter.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention 2 of his colleagues, their colleagues, yeah? I keep saying this every time. Christopher Maitland and Stephen Caddick, who failed to protect the children, my children and tenants' children, were jailed for child sexual abuse. So these people, not only do they don't care about children, but they care about children in a certain way. I saw this guy, Ben Kovler, in the park, in the fun fair, hanging around children. Can you imagine? Just imagine.
One was done for actually making videos, wasn't it? Making child pornography.
It did everything. I mean, and how many of them who haven't been convicted? Yeah, that are in the, you know, it can't just happen with 1 or 2 people. They all have to be cooperating.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, if I can put to you, I have in front of me, dated the 19th of March 2014, signed by the...
Signed by who, sir?
Signed by...
Signed by who? Sorry, I'm shouting.
Fraud Office.
Okay,
and now
sir.
you're telling
Sir,
me you're independent.
if I can now put... No, sir, I've never said I'm independent. I'm the arresting officer. I'm not independent. I'm the investigating officer.
Isn't he supposed to make an independent investigation without taking sides?
Well, you would think so.
He says, I'm not independent.
That is a very different matter. Now, if I can put to you, I have in front of me, dated the 19th of March 2014, signed by the...
Signed by who, sir?
Signed by who? This guy, he really, you know, got himself in a twist here.
Signed by...
Signed by who?
If you would let me finish my sentence.
I don't see a signature there, sir. I'm a fool, but I don't see a signature there.
If you would let me finish
said
my
signed. Where is the sign, Mr.
Sir?
Officer?
Show me the signed. He has an unsigned document. He's telling me he has a thing signed by. Yeah? What a effing liar.
Absolutely. On tape.
I ask you to calm down. If you keep becoming aggressive, I will cancel...
Oh, if I'm aggressive now. He's lying, eh? He's lying, trying to send me to jail, and I'm saying you're a liar. You are lying right here on camera. And he says if I become aggressive, he's gonna do blah, blah, blah. Yeah? So I mustn't defend myself.
You cannot make false accusation on me and ask me to calm down, sir.
Sir, please stop
you are
shouting at me.
stirring me up by making false accusations and telling lies.
Mr. Badger.
He didn't deny the lie. Yeah? Imagine you're calling a police officer in an interview. You're telling lies, and he doesn't defend it.
Exactly.
As was
I
trying to
cannot
explain,
calm down under these
if you
circumstances.
stop shouting at me and let me finish what I'm saying, you will then hear
I do not wish
the
to
charge
proceed
against
with
you.
this interview.
I don't
do not
care.
wish to
We're
proceed.
proceeding anyway. It's
I
not your
don't
decision whether you're
understand
interviewed.
I don't care. Yeah?
No.
I don't care.
Right.
I think
On the
you're right.
14th of March 2014, District Judge Parfat, sitting at Barnet County Court.
District Judge Parfait, that's the one now, Nicholas Parfait. He was just recent, well, a year or so ago, sanctioned for making up fake orders. Yeah? Well, he didn't, it doesn't matter where it's not valid. What he's talking, he said it's signed, it's not signed, it's nothing. It's not sealed, it's nothing. He just has a piece of sham document he has.
Court, St Mary's Court, Regent's Park Road, London N3. Upon hearing the defendant in
So if he reads all the address and all the names, of what, it makes it real, yeah? It's a piece of rubbish toilet paper, yeah?
person, hearing counsel for the claimant, the court orders that the defendant, being Mr Anthony Badilou, give the claimant, being Kleinwert Benson, possession of 180 Churchill Road, East Barnet, EN4 8PP, on or before the 11th of April 2014. Money claim adjourned generally. Permission to extend time to file a defence is refused.
So if they're claiming for money and it says money claim adjourned, what does that mean? How can you get a order if the claim was adjourned?
Claim 3BT01442 is struck out. Permission to appeal refused. Appeal to circuit judge. Permission to both parties to restore claim, and if there is a dispute regarding the account between the parties. I have then spoken to the county court.
The account between the parties. Where is the account? Yeah? I paid my mortgage off, but the bank can't give me accounts. My accountant wrote to them to do my tax return. They won't give the accounts. You understand? They owe me phenomenal amount of money. Yeah. So, but he's talking about the accounts between the parties. Where is it? Didn't he say money claim adjourned?
Yeah.
Aye. So how he's talking about accounts?
This afternoon to confirm that order is the latest order and nothing has superseded it. At which point they have told me that the last order made,
according to the case management record, I'm going to show in a minute, he's lying. There's no record of this inquiry, yeah? He made another inquiry a few months later, which is in the case management, and it says the court refused to give him what he asked for. That means all these papers he has did not come from the court. You understand? Because it's not in the case management that he made any such inquiry. I'm telling you.
Was on the 17th of December 2014, where it was ordered by a circuit judge stating that the matter was concluded.
It was ordered by a circuit judge, yeah? He don't have a name, yeah?
Mum called him circuit.
Oh, and where is the order then? Issued by the court.
The claim by Mr. Badaloo has been struck out, and that the matter was now concluded with an order to make no further application to the court regarding this incident.
So there's an order that you mustn't make any further application to the court. How can there be such an order? You can't lose your inalienable right to justice, you understand? So they're talking a lot of things that have constantly, there's no foundation in law. It's like I'm saying you're an alien, you know?
For this matter. The court has stated that property does not belong to you.
The court has stated. Who in the court? Who?
They have removed your rights to it.
They removed my rights to it. Show me the warrant that was executed to remove my rights. Yeah? He has various court orders there. He has no warrant. He's not talking about a warrant. So only way you can lose your rights to a property is an executed warrant issued by the court. Yeah? By the appointed county court bailiff, not an enforcement agent, nothing like that.
This was explained to you on the 7th of November when county count bailiffs or county count sheriffs.
County court sheriffs, yeah? This is a police officer talking, Andy. County court sheriffs.
Came to your property and evicted you.
So where is it? Where is the eviction? Where's the documentation for the eviction? We don't need all this big interview. All you have to do is say, Mr. Badaloo, we got a little, here's the warrant was executed. You know, you don't even need to take me to the station. It's over.
You then re-entered the property and you were evicted a second time on the 12th of December, which is, as you said earlier.
I re-entered the property. I called the police. The police came to the house, inside the house, sat round the table, had a coffee, took a crime report, gave me a crime number. Yeah? That's what happened. And we recorded a lot of it on audio. So he, you know, let's see.
When myself and PC Williams, along with another officer, did attend to prevent a breach of the peace. Once again, family was evicted.
He attended to prevent a breach of the peace. So he wasn't investigating a crime. He was making sure nobody there, the women and children, couldn't challenge the illegal bailiffs, yeah, from throwing the babies on the street. My son was recovering from a heart condition. He was 3 years old. This guy threw him on the street. You know, according to the law, you can't put a baby on the street. It's got to be arrangement with the local authority and all this. So, we found out his mate was jailed for buggering children, and we don't know if he's involved. He should be investigated too, because they obviously got no human heart and conscience about child abuse.
The property at that time had large metal shutters put over the doors and windows.
Sir.
So shouldn't that be a crime? Someone put metal shutters on my house?
The property was restored to the lawful owners according to the court.
Can we have one?
The lawful owners according to the court. So where is it? Where is the warrant that gave them possession?
Sentence at a time, please. You're running away.
This is because, sir, if I don't keep talking, you shout at me and you do not let me finish.
If I don't keep talking, you shout at me. So he's keeping talking, so I don't talk. He's giving away the game here. Yeah. So that's a very popular police tactic. They keep talking, they'll give you a chance to talk. Yeah. This is oppression and abuse.
I don't wish to shout at you, But
So if you let me finish telling you what you're here for.
with lie after lie after lie and misrepresentation.
Right, sir. This is not
Lie after lie after lie.
misrepresentation. Sir, if you let me finish the
I have a
account.
right to be heard.
Sir,
Okay, and
I will give you ample opportunity to be heard in this interview. There will be plenty of time for that.
all I
If
feel
you will let me
here, I am
continue
being
to tell you
harassed
what the
and
charges
bullied
are.
and threatened. I'm being harassed, bullied, and threatened right here. You're showing me false documents. You're lying.
You're showing me false documents. He's not defending. He's not saying this document is not false. Yeah, but he wants to carry on. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because if he's an independent investigator and I said it's false document, then he has to inquire it. Basically, I'm disputing the documents.
Right, sir.
You have
Sir,
reason.
I'm not here to discuss whether you believe the documents are true or not. The document.
I am not here to discuss whether you believe the documents are true. Yeah? I'm just here to kidnap you.
Have been confirmed with the court that they are true.
If I can't say it is a... You just showed me a piece of paper, sir, and said this is a signed document, and you were lying.
No, sir.
You are fucking lying.
100%.
Yeah? Huh?
Signed document from a court does not mean that there's a physical signature on it.
Oh, a signed document doesn't mean there's a signature on it, Andy. Could you believe this? A signed document doesn't mean there's a signature. Do you know I went to prison for this? I went to prison instead of him.
Yep.
You understand? And the other pedos that were involved. One lawyer is jailed, one estate agent is jailed, and 2 other police officers have been jailed. So there's a start. But all these people need to be banged up for a bloody long time.
It means it has been sworn by a judge that that document is correct.
It's been sworn by a judge who never signed it. Yeah? So how did he swear it? It was sworn by a judge. Yeah, Nicholas Parfy, who got caught making up fake orders. We're going to bring him up on the screen in a minute.
As I explained to you, I've spoken to the court myself today. They've agreed that. Now,
he's spoken to the court by himself, and they've agreed all sorts of things with him. Yeah, because that's how you check documents. Yeah. Oh my God.
Now, as I was saying, on the 12th of December at 180 Churchill Road. Sir, I'm not going to go into that now.
Who did you speak to at the court? I'm not going to go into that now. The devil is in the detail, yeah? He's a liar. I got a case management. There's no such conversation on the record.
We're going to go into that in a second when we break it down further.
Sir.
Right,
Look, sir.
at 180 Churchill Road, shuttering was put over the doors and windows. You have then, since that time, forced re-entry, removed all the shuttering, which is changing the purpose of the objects, not owned by yourself, owned by the bank, according to the courts, therefore causing criminal damage.
According to the courts that he spoke to and have a document that's not signed, yeah, and has no warrant. So this is how he formulates his evidence.
That shuttering has then disappeared. You had moved it or taken it away somewhere. When asked at the property this morning where the shuttering was so it could be restored to the owner, you refused to answer. At that time, you had...
What's he doing in my house asking me a question? Did someone report a crime? Did someone report a crime?
Taken items unlawfully that did not belong to yourself. Therefore, you had dishonestly appropriated them. They did not belong to yourself.
He can't tell me where he got this information. He's just telling me stuff, lies, yeah? He could just say whatever he liked. Where's the source of it?
Where did you get this information?
Sir,
is it the same place you got the information that says I was a tenant and didn't pay my rent for 2 years?
I've never said you were a tenant,
You did, sir, and you're on video saying it. So don't
say. No,
sir.
You were.
What a bloody liar. He's on the video and he's denying it here. Yeah? No, we got another video called Criminal Cops Caught on Camera. That with him and Christopher Williams coming an unmarked private Ford Focus. Yeah? That's not on anybody's database.
The mortgagee and the mortgager being
That's
the bank.
not what you said when you came around with Christopher Williams. That's not what you said.
Right, sir.
And it's on video, it's with the IPCC. You got no right to be lying on top of lies and coming here and assisting fraudsters and criminals. And I do not know where you stopping me from speaking to to Sergeant Dearden, who's
Because you're-
handling this for 6 weeks in a row.
Because you're currently in custody. Sergeant Dearden is not here. I am. I'm the officer.
Sergeant Dearden is not here. I am, yeah? The night before that, I gave Sergeant Dearden the title of the property, yeah? With my name on it. And my wife. And a fraud restriction. And he says, oh, you're not with Sergeant Dearden, you're with me. Screw the evidence, yeah? We're in Nazi Germany.
Officer that's dealing with this.
Well,
I'm the
I do
officer,
not
sir.
wish.
Sir,
do not
I am the
wish.
officer.
There is a miscarriage of justice.
Sir,
There's criminal.
sir,
Look, I do
When
not
you're
wish
arrested in the UK, you do not have the option.
When you're arrested in the UK, so I'm a foreigner, I don't know English law, yeah?
Mhm.
A little bit of racism, just throw it in there, you know, it won't do any harm.
Of who investigates it. That option belongs down, resolves with the police. The police have opted
I
for
cannot
me.
be interviewed by someone
Sir,
who
the
has
police-
done wrong and is being investigated under IPCC. This is no country where this is going to
Actually,
be allowed.
sir, let me just say, for the interview record here, I am not being investigated by the
You're
IPCC.
probably not aware yet.
If the IPCC open an investigation into any officer, the first thing they do is to contact that officer. They
So the IPCC hasn't even contacted him, yeah? I made a complaint that they come to my house harassing me off duty in a private vehicle. I got them on video. And as far as the IPCC, which is now the IOPC, is concerned, oh, it's not a big deal, you know, just it's okay, not a problem. We're not even gonna trouble the officer.
have not.
Well, I have
There is
evidence.
no current
I have
investigation.
evidence that they have.
That's very nice, sir. You also have to explain to me that you've got evidence that you own the property when I've proved that to be incorrect.
They prove it to be incorrect. So where is it? Where is the land register title? Yeah, it's in the same station there with Peter Dearden, but he can't be bothered to get it. He says he has information to prove it's correct. What information?
What you've not
So this is what Margaret's gonna go through. That's why we're doing this, yeah? But in these days when I did this, we didn't have all the experience. Margaret knows. Margaret's only gonna talk about one thing and one thing only. Where is the warrant that was executed by the appointed county court bailiff? End of story. Where is it? Where is the application for the warrant? Where is the fee? Where is the evidence that was filed to request the warrant? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Can't stand up. Can't stand up.
Asked me for any evidence, and you called me a tenant, and you said I haven't paid my rent for 2 years.
Right,
And I
sir.
want to know.
I haven't paid my rent for 2 years. Yeah? They know my accounting.
Where you got that information from, sir?
Right, sir. I'm going to carry on here.
Oh, he's gonna carry on, but he's not gonna answer my question. He's giving me the information. He's not answering my question. Where did you get it? Because the only place you can get such information is from the accounts. Yeah, only from the accounts.
On the 7th of November 2014,
I don't
at
want to
8 a.m.
carry on. I don't want to carry on.
Sir,
I'm
as
distressed.
I've explained-
I am distressed. I am being
Sir.
framed up. I'm being lied to. I'm being
Sir, as I've
participated
explained, you've been
in
arrested
a
for an
gang,
offence
a
today.
property snatching gang, and this is what I am in a closed ring.
A property snatching mother effing gang. It's a ring. It's a closed ring. The pyramid of terror. The local authority, the bent police, and the corrupt court staff who seems to be under the control of Capita.
Okay? And someone in here called Sergeant Dearden is investigating it 5 weeks in a row. He told me no one will come to my house.
Okay, Sergeant
Told
Dearden
me-
is not investigating anything to do with this, as far as I...
So Sergeant Dearden is not investigating anything, yeah? So we've been to him 6 weeks in a row. Hours meeting, hour and a half meeting. Tape recorded, yeah? Told me I have a comfort blanket. Told me I can call his mobile any time of day or night. And according to this guy, he's not investigating anything. How do we work that out, Andy? So all the time Peter Dearden was telling me to come to the station. He was just wasting our time. And he's on a salary and I'm self-employed. And I had witnesses and all that attending with me and stuff. It's unbelievable. And all you need is a warrant. We don't need a whole heap of big
It took your
investigation.
documentation off you and never, so you couldn't even use it in this interview.
Yeah,
Out of the
I gave him the land registry title. It had a fraud restriction. That means the title can't be changed without an investigation. So how can it be changed?
I'm concerned.
Well,
As
that's
far
what
as-
you said last time.
as-
You said Sergeant Purdy is not investigating anything. And you looked at the computer and there was nothing there. And I asked someone else, Mr. Wilkinson, and he said, yes, it's here.
Yeah, Sergeant Purdy is the one who, soon after I was locked in the police cell and my house was sold with vacant possession. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one who bought a mansion for about the same price up in sunny Hertfordshire.
Burned down 2 days later, and he got paid out
Yeah,
for the insurance.
and we got him on a video inside my house saying there is a warrant. There is a warrant. There's a warrant. So I'm telling you, man, when are these people gonna face a Nuremberg style trial?
Okay,
so
sir.
you, sir,
Sir.
were either very badly mistaken or you were lying.
Right, so let me clarify what you told me last time, what I said. You told me last time that Mr.
Show me the documents. Don't say you told me, you didn't told me, you told me, you blah, 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 blah. Show me the warrant, my friend. PC Benjamin Kovler, where is the effing warrant? We wouldn't have any argument. I gone home, look about my business. Yeah, I got a vulnerable family. Why all this nonsense? You could just show me the warrant and sort the matter.
Purdy, Sergeant Purdy, was investigating fraud against yourself by the banks. Sergeant Purdy is a colleague and a friend of mine. I spoke to him direct.
He's a friend of mine.
There we go.
And he
Yeah.
spoke to him direct.
Birds of a
Yeah.
feather.
Oh, so they've been discussing my case, yeah?
Mm.
It's not just a case, blah, blah, blah. They're a gang.
He at no point has investigated any fraud. What he
Did you speak to
investigated,
him before you came to my house?
yes. And I've spoken to him since.
That's not what you said. You said you looked at, this is on video, my
And I
friend.
had.
This is
I
on
had
video.
also
When they came and I put the video on him and Christopher Williams, and I said, there's a crime number, whatever. He said he checked the computer, there was no crime number. Now he said he's discussing it with the investigator, who was Paul Purdy at the time. This guy is lying all different angles, yeah? At the end of the day, we don't need all this. Just show the warrant. Where is it? Or if it's not there, it's a 7-year jail sentence for all the men and women involved in stealing my home.
You
looked up.
said you looked at the computer and there's nothing there.
Sir, I had looked it up. I'm not willing to stand here and get into an argument
Well,
with
I
you.
don't want to
I'm
carry,
here
I
to
don't
ask-
want to have this.
No, he said I had looked it up. Yeah, on the camera, he said there is nothing.
Interview.
Sir,
Full
you,
stop.
sir, as I've
I don't
explained,
understand what you're all doing.
Sir.
I don't understand it.
as I've
And I
explained,
don't consent to.
as
any
I've
of this.
explained repeatedly, an interview when you're in custody is not your choice, nor is it something that you need to consent to. If you don't wish to,
It's not my choice, and you don't need to consent to it.
Mhm.
So much for policing by consent. Yeah. So this is not policing, Andy. It's
Nope.
something else. You
Sure.
understand? I don't need to consent.
answer any questions, don't answer the questions. That is absolutely all right. However,
Well, I'm answering the question, but he's not answering the question. Where did you get this information? You're throwing information at me, got me locked up in a box. Well, you must tell me where you got it. Or they just make it up.
This is part
However,
of a fraud
we
and
are
a
in-
property snatching scam.
however, we
Simple.
are obligated to put the
Serious
questions
fraud
to
office
you.
got a marker on the title, and you're a police officer. You said you're looking into the matter. You should know that.
Actually, sir, I have.
Oh, he doesn't know the fraud office was on it. Yeah. And the fraud office helped me to put a fraud restriction on the title. And he doesn't know anything about it, and he's investigating.
Before coming today, this morning, I did further checks on the intelligence on the building. There are no fraud markers on that building by any.
No fraud markers by anyone. Yeah.
Wow.
What a liar. What a bloody liar.
agency.
I'll tell you a joke. At the date in question here, I had the title clear. The bank's name wasn't even on it. Yeah, and he done checks. Yeah.
Well,
I showed.
So I put it to you, you are either mistaken or lying to me.
I showed.
I will continue.
I showed Sergeant Dearden yesterday. Yesterday. Okay.
I will continue.
Yesterday I showed him.
I will continue.
But I don't want to.
But can you see how oppressive this is, Andy? They have my document a few hours before, the night before, in the same station, that my land registered title and the fraud restriction and everything. And I'm in the same station, yeah, facing criminal allegations on a signed warrant. He said, when I say sign, it doesn't mean it's signed. It's signed a court order. They don't have no warrant. So this is what these are, you know, the baddest breed of criminals, man.
Took place on the 7th of November 2014 when you were given a
This is harassment.
notice of eviction.
I don't want to continue.
This is not harassment, sir. You are currently in custody.
All lies
for
and
these
damn
offences.
lies. It's all lies and damn lies. I had enough of it.
Okay.
Pieces of.
I established now, yeah?
Mhm.
He said he had a signed paper. And he said it's not signed, yeah? He said the police made the allegation, which they can't do. He doesn't have a warrant. And I got nothing else to, and it's still going on. What you got to go on? Send me home, leave me alone, yeah? So I just ended it here.
Of paper, pieces of paper. I don't consent to anything. I don't understand all this. What's there? I don't understand it.
Okay. We're going to move on from the rights over the property for a minute.
I'm distressed, sir.
Right, we're going to move on from the rights over the property.
Talk to yourself.
Do you agree that there were
Tell your
metal
lies to
shutterings put
yourself.
over the doors and windows?
Tell your lies to yourself.
No comment. Did you remove metal shutterings from the doors and windows?
That's one way to end the abuse, isn't it? It's verbal abuse, verbal assault.
Provoking, just trying to provoke.
Yeah.
On removing the shutterings, did you have any legal right to do so?
Why is he asking if I had a legal right? He must produce the warrant, isn't it? Why is he asking such a dumb?
There in the first place.
Why is he asking such a dumb question?
When you took the shuttering down and you were asked where the shuttering had been put, you refused to answer. Is that correct?
When you took the shuttering down, how he knows I took the shuttering down in any case? You see, this is not investigation, yeah? This is just, it's so blatant, that was so obvious. I'm so glad we had a chance to dissect, because this is what Margaret's gonna face. They're so dishonest and so abusive, yeah? And so corrupt and bent. The whole public is at risk from these people. Nick Adderley is Margaret's chief constable. He blocked her email. She sent him a copy of the crime report. He blocked the email. Just imagine. But she went on his Twitter and put all the stuff. So they're not what we think, you know.
Once you'd refused to answer, it was put to you that you would be arrested for theft of the items because you had refused to return them. Therefore, you were intending to deprive someone of them. Is that correct? I put it to you that you took the items down, you hid them in a neighbour who happens to be a member of the family's garage in order to deprive the company that legally owned them. Is that incorrect? That's no comment. At which point, as Mr. Badaloo has obviously refused to listen to us, refusing to talk, and states he doesn't consent to an interview.
He's admitting now I didn't consent.
Wow.
Yeah. He's saying it, and by putting my hand over my ears, I didn't have to have a verbal fight. I'd done enough of it. Yeah. He's talking pure rubbish. So he said, I didn't consent. So in the beginning, he said he don't need my consent. No.
Yep.
So he changed now, Andy. We achieve a result in at least on this point.
This interview is terminated. The time now is 1:50.
Now you've got the the casement file. You actually you've got the case.
Yeah, let's bring that up. Where is it? Where is it? So this is which I got sometime after. Yeah. So look at this one now. This is a gem. It says here,
Not sharing it yet.
huh? Oh. Let me stop share and then share again. There we go. Can you see?
Yep.
Okay. So this is you asked for documents. I know you paid the fee. Yeah. Very important. You don't pay, you can't come on the bus. This is how the court works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid my fee to get this copy. I want a copy of the notice of issue. I do not have any record directions questionnaire filed by either party. At some point, we were ordered to file directions questionnaire. So where are they? No allocation. They have to do an allocation, whether it's a small claims track or a whatever track. So first of all, you know, there's a problem. Here we got who got this paperwork from the system? Somebody called L Blanc, yeah? Here. That means it was made up in a, I don't know, the person who logged in don't want to disclose their identity, but this is certainly a problem here, yeah? Imagine court documents accessed by somebody identifying themselves as L Blanc. That's a big problem. So here we go, when the man was talking about the accounts and how much is owed and how much is not owed, and he checked with the court, yeah? He checked with the court. So here is it, amount claimed. You understand?
0.
Yeah. So what did he check with the court? Whoops. Bam bam. Yeah.
Taking that court fee of 175 still outstanding because there's going to be no receipt for it.
Well, the court fee 175. How can the court fee be 175 for a claim of 0?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
0.
So the date of issue 30th of October 2013. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then no possession addresses for this case. Yeah.
Oh.
4th of November. So here they have date of service, 4th of November, 2013. And then date of issue, 30th of October. So they issued it before I was served with anything, allegedly. No possession address. So why they come to my house? So here we go. We're gonna have to shrink this a little bit. Look at this one, Andy. Statement given to police. This is September 2015, when we were in the Crown Court. Statement given to police to confirm copy documents. They have matched originals on the file. Request for documents from the file refused. Yeah?
Yeah.
So where did he get his document? With no signature.
Wow.
You see how important the case management is.
Yeah.
And that's why we can download this document of the internet, which we put up. It's called, it is bit.ly/caseman123. Or if you want the short form, you can just Google check my court file. I will put up a easy to remember name. I think we got about 15,000 people cases being checked now on this method. So all this kind of bullshit going on, bam, bam, bam. So
this case file, yeah, is been self-generated. They've created it to cover their back. Or this was the private one.
I think it's a proper it's a proper court file, but it's showing a case is fake because you can't have a case for zero claim.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no fee paid.
Where's the receipts for the filing fee that's been paid to create that case?
Yeah. So at one time I went to make an appeal. Look at this, Andy. They told me I had to pay cash. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is in Central London County Court. And I had to go outside the court, find a bank, find a cash machine, and nearly missed because they close early because they want cash because it's not in the official system. You understand? It's a fake case. Here again, when I paid 140. It's cash again. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'd only take cash off you.
But there is no payment from the other side. Any payment here is from me. So they're taking the cash, putting it under the table outside the official system. So this case number 3BT01335 is a counterfeit case. It's not a genuine court case. And look at all this warrant. So the officer was telling me he checked with the court. So where is the warrant that he checked? Yeah, according to the case management, is all these references to warrants. So how come he never had a warrant in the station in my interview?
Mm-hmm.
You see, so many warrant all over the place. So
that was another 150 with CT. I take it CT stands for cash transaction, yeah?
Yeah. So all that is going under the table. This is money laundering on a grand scale. You know, whose pocket is this cash going into?
Mm-hmm.
Look how many warrants. The police officer, Ben Kovler, never had a single warrant that he said he checked with the court, yeah? So what did he check? So this goes in reverse, the case management. So you see this word here, 30th of October 2013, case created, yeah? So it was never issued by the court. It was created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then this case was created 30th of October. And they had a hearing on the same day. 30th of October, they had a hearing. Yeah, before the case was issued. Do you understand, Andy?
Yeah.
The hearing already, according to these records. It's fraud, counterfeiting.
They didn't even fill the document in that they created properly.
And this is section 3 of the case management. It deals with the fees, yeah? The money. Look what it says. No caseman payments have been made for this case. So all the money I paid in cash never went in, and they never paid any money because it's a counterfeit case.
Yep.
If they paid the money, it would have to tie it up in the accounting system, and it would be a big problem. So they have to have a parallel counterfeit system here.
Double booking, double book account. It's double book system, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
So
public, private. And
that's
public.
why, and then there's a covering letter here. I escalated my case to the Lord Chancellor, and he told them to answer the question. So this is what they say in plain English, yeah? Secretary of State for Justice. There is no registered money judgment showing in this matter. So what's Benjamin Kovler telling me about money? Yeah?
Yep.
The receipt for payment of the fee to issue the proceeding. No such document exists. Yeah? The receipt paid to issue the warrant. No such document exists.
Wow.
So what's Benjamin Kovler investigating? Yeah? And this is what Margaret is going to be facing. But Margaret is well schooled. She knows, she's faced them many times. She will just ask them, where is the warrant? And they will be stuck. You understand?
Exactly.
They will be totally stuck. So I haven't gone through my suffering in vain. I hope it can help to inspire. Well, it has. It's already, you know, and motivate a lot of other people. And although I haven't got my property back and whatever, I've been able to fight off a lot of fake court things and probably live a little bit better life than I otherwise would have done. Because they can't prove, you know, they wanted to jail me for the court fine. And I keep asking them, where is the court fine?
Yeah.
Where is the court order for the fine? They can't produce. But so I've had the confidence to ask and demand. And one, I didn't pay, but two, I don't have any illegal arrest on my.
Just as a point, actually, because we know that they're listening to all our things.
Of course.
Did you notice the other day that there was a school teacher that's looking like she was going to be getting 20 years for testing the children? Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, there's a school teacher.
For COVID.
Yeah, for testing the kids, because all the tests have been retracted, haven't they? Because it's got class A, the most highest, but that, what is it? Ethylene oxide, or whatever it is that they've got on.
Oh, graphene oxide.
Graphene oxide. No, they've also the ethylene oxide. I forget what it is now. The term, the name.
Some other oxide.
But on the test, yeah.
Oxide.
Class A carcinogenic. Yeah. So they've all been retracted, and she was doing it, and you know, doing as she was told, just following orders.
Orders.
She's got no escape. So it's looking like she's going to be the front.
Look, the public has, you know, we've gone to sleep. We thought we got some good people running the government and the country and the finances, but the government has got some dark forces. Because, you know, I saw a wonderful video on the internet from a guy, 29-year-old politician, that says, I can't be an honest politician because in order to win my seat, I need to raise a lot of money. And the people who are putting up the money for my campaign, I have to do them favors. So this is the problem with the system. It is a deeper issue going on. And all these police officers, Benjamin Kovler, the ones at Margaret, whatever, you know, they've been bullied, they've been harassed and used. I mean, Benjamin Kovler is under a lot of pressure. He's a young officer. He's been told to do things. He probably doesn't want to do it from his own heart, but it doesn't seem to have a choice. No matter how much I confront him with the evidence, with the question, I mean, a simple thing, Andy. Who made the crime report? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
He
what
can't
I
answer.
asked the policeman who's made the complaint. Who's made that complaint? But he just thought that he just shoved it down.
Exactly, because when
But
you
the
dig
point
in
is,
the
that, I mean,
record,
the other thing here is the fact of, because you can't serve two masters, right? Yeah. Now, when you go into the courts, obviously they sworn an oath on the private bar, so
yeah,
they've got a private oath and a public oath, and the private oath trumps the public oath, and they should recuse themselves. Well, same with these policemen. These policemen are Freemasons, and they've all sworn on an oath, and that oath they're binding by their brotherhood. That's what they're doing. That's what's happening here. So they should recuse themselves. Those police officers that are Freemasons, and you can pretty much damn well guarantee that they're going to be Freemasons that are down there that are doing this. And that's why they're doing it, because they're ignoring their public oath. They're totally ignoring the Nolan principles, because they've got no honor. They've got no selflessness. How can they be selfless when they're in a society, when they're in a secret society? It's an impossibility. So they had to recuse themselves. They must stand down. But they're not. But we, the people, must make them. We must force them. And this is the point. We have to shine the light on these people.
we have to be active. We have to treat the country like a business. We have to keep everybody honest by rigorous activity and activism. We have social media now, which we never had in the past. And, you know, we have a campaign. You can support Margaret. We have a lot of things, and there's a lot coming. But Margaret's put up a fight for 3 years. All the documentation and evidence is there. The case will and shall come out. She will inspire a lot of people to stand up. A lot of people have messaged her and say, oh, I was evicted 10 years ago and I didn't understand what took place. Now I know. Yeah. The warrant. That's the be all and end all of it, you know?
Just right here, let me just show you. Before, when I was because I was speaking to the policewoman on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they shut me down. They shut my channel down. I'll show you what they
did. Yeah. I think they're powerful now.
This is what hit when they clocked me down. Look, network connection failure. Please check your network connection. Try again. Error code 104101. So if anybody knows what that is, you know, do. Yeah.
Yes, right. It happened. It happened.
It wasn't the internet, because my wife was still on the internet.
Yeah.
And I was still on the internet, but I just my Zoom shut down.
Yeah.
They did whatever they did. They shut it down. So
yeah, because you remember the last time I called the police, we were live and we told them we were live, and she was saying, which platform are you on? I said, we're on all of them. We're on, you know, Twitter, wherever, because they want to go and nobble the exposure. Yeah. So, you know what, you guys are not our enemies. You're in there to serve and protect. You're drawing a wage, and don't let people bully you to do crime. You know, it's simple. Don't be bullied to do crime.
We're not going to lie. We're just
you see all the nurses and doctors who are burning their certificate because they don't want to administer the poisonous vaccine.
Absolutely.
So we must get police officers stand up and say, you know what, I want to do the right thing. You know, when we call the police once to Mr. Ebert's thing, we made a crime report. The lady officer come out, and she said she just went through an eviction. And Mr. Ebert gave her some education into eviction, and she goes, "Oh my God, yeah." So it's reaching you. So you guys have to really step up. This is not the way to.
I've just realised, by the way, as well, when I've gone live, it's gone live on, and it was just in my friends only. So I've just made it public. So they even shut. They did it in a different way. I tell you, they're crafty buggers. They're crafty sons. That's Facebook for you.
Yeah. Well, Mark Zuckerberg is one of the gang, unfortunately. I mean, if you can steal children with fake warrants, imagine what else you're going to do, you know, in the sex trafficking business. So a few of them are getting caught now and getting exposed. And we're finding there's a big connection and correlation between child sex abusers and people using fake warrants. And people are studying it now because it seems that it's the power, or it's the fact that you can just get children as on when you like to abuse. All you go to do is say you have a warrant. and court order like Benjamin Kovler. He was ramming down my throat. He has an order. He's so arrogant, he was, you know. And we gotta change this, you know. Please support the petition, share it, sign it. It's heavily shadow banned, but it's the most powerful thing I feel I can do, and it goes to the big people. And I think when we put it behind people like we saw, like Nilu, we put it out on our case. Sabine McNeil got 9 years imprisonment for the same alleged crime, and Nilu got a suspended sentence. We done it with John Pattison. He got allegedly a big sentence, and we understand they're making tracks to release him. You know, we done it with Toby Lee. He took his house back. This is about 3 years plus now. Nobody's bothering him. He's got his house mortgage free and renting and this and that, and he's in a wonderful position. We done it with Dragutin. He got 2 properties back from trustees, which I'm not aware happened before. So we have an effect. We need some help to get it out through the shadow banning, and we need
more people to do it. We need more people to stand up for your rights, people.
Yeah, some people help us, but they do it for a while and then stop. You know, but we're pushing, we're persistent, and it is getting leverage. And
the sad thing on Margaret's case is the fact that she was one lady on her own, and there was nobody there to help her, and we have nobody in Northampton to get around there.
This is the world. This is the world we're living, Andy. I'll tell you a joke. I was running in the park some time ago, and I rolled my ankle and fell over. It was quite in bad pain and stuff. And lots of people walk past me, just walk past. I've seen on TV people get mugged in the street in London or have big problems, you know, fall over, and hundreds of people just walk past. It's that maybe human nature is, we're losing touch with, you know, the humane side of us. But people are also busy because everyone's being put under pressure with false COVID fines, false council tax fines, false county court judgments, false everything. Not only the judgments, but the constant fear you're living under. If you park your car somewhere, you're going to end up with a bailiff on your door. It is all illegal. We've got to stop it. Then the last 3 years, every traffic bailiff, government fine bailiff.
The point here is you know, we shouldn't have to force them to make them prove their claim. That's the maxim in law states that they have to. They've got to present the material.
We know, Andy, but
on an individual basis, it all comes down to might is right, and there's more of them than there was of Margaret, and that's all it comes down to. And unless we can build our numbers to match, yeah, so that they now have to prove their claim, which they never will be able to, because we know, we have confirmation from the court. It's there in black and white. There is no warrant. Yeah. There is no warrant. And this is pure acts of terrorism being done and coerced by people that are being paid by them taxpayers, by your own people. You're paying these people to do this, to steal off of you. It's unbelievable, guys. That's what.
Not only is there no warrant, and someone has made up a fictitious warrant.
This is crimes. They can't hide behind no corporate veil. This is crimes. You know, we're not talking about there is no corporate veil you can hide behind. This is terrorism. This is treason. This is acts of war. Period.
It is, yeah, it's war. So, you know, listen, you know, I hope Margaret comes through the interview. So they're going to interview. They don't care about the COVID certificate. Taking her in. So they don't actually believe in the COVID. You know that?
Yeah.
They don't believe in it.
They've taken up. Let's bear that in mind. Yeah? They've taken a lady that's self-isolated and arrested her, accusing her of stealing the house that she's living in and self-isolating in, to go and interview her. Well, I see that. I tell you, I'll be surprised if they interview her. You know, I'll be surprised if they interview her.
No, they will probably just let her, because they know she's going to ask.
They'll take her to the station. You know, my hunch is they're going to take her and they're going to release her. Once they've took
Yeah,
her out of the
yeah.
way, that's all they did it for, was to take her out of the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
in my eyes.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean,
All
let's
right,
bring it
yeah.
on. I mean, she wanted to be arrested because she wants her day in court. In a real
Yeah,
court,
yeah,
in a
exactly.
real
In the
court.
criminal court. And let them show this N49
In front
warrant.
of a
Let's see
jury
who's
as
going to
well.
go to jail.
Oh,
All right, man. Yeah.
this is going to work well. Okay, buddy.
Cheers, Andy.
God bless. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Keep up the good work, yeah? We must keep this pressure on there. It's not pressure. It's just standing up for what's right. God bless. Bye-bye for now.